everyone, and I hope all of you are doing really well. And welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss steps to building a very minimal but at the same time really effective skincare routine. I know all of us are constantly bombarded by different forms of social media, influencers and brands about these different skincare products and skincare routines, which sometimes can be super intensive, starting with 9 steps routine to 12 steps routine. So today we are going to simplify that and boil it down to just 3 products. So if I'm allowed to keep just 3 products out of these intensive routines and products, it's going to be cleanser, a moisturizer and a sunscreen. So before we begin today's video, I just want to put out a quick disclaimer out there that I am by no means a dermatologist or a doctor. So if you have any severe skin conditions or severe hormonal acne, please consult your dermatologist. They are going to guide you through your skincare journey. With that said, let's start with today's video. Today's video is going to be a basic beginner's skincare edit, which is going to include 3 products: a cleanser, moisturizer and a sunscreen. And I'm going to do an intermediate and an advanced level of routines as a part of a skincare series. And all of these routines are going to be seamless and work with each other. So you can pick and choose products from these routines and build a customized skincare routine or a plan for you. So the first and the most important part about building your skincare routine and choosing right products for you is going to be identify what your skin type is and what your skin needs and wants at the moment. I know it's super simple and kind of intuitive, but it makes a lot of difference. So the easiest way to understand what your skin type is to just go online. There are a lot of skincare quizzes online. You can answer a few questions and it sort of tells you what your skin type is. And what I mean by understanding what your skin wants at the moment is your skin's behavior and type slightly alters according to the seasons in the year. So your skin's behavior is different in spring compared to what it is during the summers, and it will behave slightly different in the winters. So your products can also change according to that, and that is where being sort of intuitive with knowing your skin wanting comes into play. So another quick way to identify what your skin type is when you wake up in the morning and wash your face with a gentle cleanser and just pat it dry, do not rub it in. And if your skin feels dry and taut and in immediate need of moisture, you are sort of in the dry skin type category. And if your skin feels normal and comfortable, your skin falls into a normal skin type. And if you're oily immediately after a couple of minutes after washing your face, then you have probably oily or a combination skin type. Now your skin can be either one type or it can be a combination of dry and normal or normal and oily. So please identify what your skin type is, because it's going to be crucial in determining your skincare routine and the right fit of products for you. So moving on to our first product in the routine, and our first category is going to be cleansers. Now again, once you have identified your skin type, ideally if you are dry to normal skin type, you want to go for moisturizing, hydrating and gentle cleansers. And if your skin type falls into combination or oily skin type, you want to go for gel based and foam based cleansers. But if you're still confused as to what cleanser you want to go for, ideally a hydrating and gentle cleanser is the safest bet, irrespective of the skin type. Also, please make sure that the cleansers you go for are from trusted brands. They are dermatologically tested and approved and hypoallergenic and non-comedogenic in nature. Usually you'll find these keywords on the packaging itself. Another key thing is that please do not use harsh cleansers or soaps on your face because they are highly alkaline in nature, ranging from pH 8 to 9 and above, and your skin's pH or your skin barrier's pH is usually slightly acidic in nature, ranging from pH of 4 to 5. So if you are using these harsh cleansers, you are taking your skin's barrier's pH far away from its original nature. Your skin usually has this acidic mantle which protects its microbiome, so it kills harmful bacteria and pathogen, and the good bacteria and the good pathogens for your skin usually thrive in an acidic environment. So please limit the use of soap or harsh cleansers on your face. You don't want that. So you'll usually find these pH balanced cleansers in the market, and you can find cleansers in any budget. There are some beautiful cleansers in the drugstore, pharmacies, or even in the high-end, so it's really up to you. And when it comes to saving or splurging on cleansers, I would say you could go in either direction. Usually you can save on cleansers because they are going to be on your skin for 30 to 40 seconds when you wash your face, and you're going to rinse it off with water. So it's not going to stay on your skin topically. So you can of course save on a cleanser and get a good dermatologically tested cleanser from a drugstore or a budget brand. It doesn't really matter. So to quickly summarize the things that you want to look for in a cleanser is that first of all, it should be from trusted brand, dermatologically tested, non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, and all those good things. It should be pH balanced, and the third and the most important thing is that it should suit your skin type. So now moving on to our second step in the routine, it's going to be moisturizers. Again, knowing your skin type and what your skin needs at the moment is the key to finding the right moisturizer for your skin type. But ideally, the thumb rule is that if you're dry or normal skin type, you want to go for much richer formulations which are emollient based, hydrating, moisturizing. And if you are normal to combination to oily skin type, you want to go for light gels, lotions, or gel and cream hybrid formulations. Usually you'll find all these keywords on the packaging itself or when you do your research. And if you're still confused as to what kind of ingredients you want in your moisturizer, I would say that go for a formulation that has a simple ingredient list, and not for something which has a super long ingredients list where you can't even pronounce the name of some of the ingredients, because having a long ingredient list doesn't always mean that the formulation is effective. In fact, it can do more harm than good for your skin, because when you put a lot of ingredients in the formulation, they all have complex chemistry and charges, and they all are interacting with each other, which can make the formulation unstable and not as effective, and that would not translate effectively on your skin and give you the results that you want. So sometimes a simple formulation is the most effective and intelligent formulation. So if that's what you're confused about, go for a formulation which is simple and you can understand the ingredients and do research upon. Moving on to the next point in moisturizers, if you're using oils or heavy oils or facial oils on your skin as a primary form of moisturizer, please do not do that. Usually most of the oils, and I've heard a lot of people using just oils as moisturizer. It's fine if your skin is non-comedogenic, but most of these oils are comedogenic in nature, and how oils work is that they just create a temporary layer on top of your skin and just alleviate the feeling of dryness temporarily, because all these oils and facial oils have a high molecular weight which do not penetrate into the deeper layers of your skin, so they just temporarily elevate that feeling of dryness by coating your skin, and that's why you feel sort of moisturized, but it's not working at the root cause. So please use moisturizers or other serums if you have to, because the molecule size is small enough that they can penetrate into deeper layers of your epidermis and hydrate your skin. And if you want to use an oil, use it as the last step in your routine that will just coat in and seal in all the layers of moisturization and prevent that trans-epidermal water loss from your skin to the environment and vice versa. So yeah, I would not advise oils or facial oil as a primary source of moisturization. And again, if you're confused whether you should save or splurge on a moisturizer, I would say you could go in either directions, because there are some beautiful formulations in the budget areas, in the pharmacy or drugstore, and there are some beautiful formulations in the high end as well. So it's really up to you and what your budget is. So please do not skip on moisturization. And now moving on to our third step in this basic beginner skincare edit, sunscreens. When I say sunscreen is going to be the most important step in your routine, I really mean it. Because get this, sunscreen is the only product out of all the products and routines which is going to actively prevent aging. No other product guarantees that. So it is very essential to use sunscreen, because even if you don't see the effects of using sunscreen now, but in 2 years, 5 years and 10 years, you're going to definitely thank yourself for using a sunscreen today. And generally you will find two types of sunscreens in the market. One is going to be a physical sunscreen and the second one is going to be a chemical sunscreen. Now there are pros and cons to using both a physical sunscreen and a chemical sunscreen. So it's really up to you. And how chemical sunscreens work is that they actively get absorbed into your skin, and that is why they do not leave that obvious white cast. They absorb beautifully into the skin, and when you're hit with UVA or UVB rays, they are neutralized it by converting into heat. Now there are some reports and research which show that chemical sunscreens are actively metabolized by the body and can get absorbed into the bloodstream. Also, they are not the most environmentally friendly options, and they can be damaging to the environment and the coral reefs, and that's why they are banned in Hawaii. But the benefits of using a chemical sunscreen is that they are absorbed again into the skin really beautifully. They do not leave that white cast, they are waterproof, and they are water resistant as well. So both of them have pros and cons. The pros of using a physical sunscreen is that if you have sensitive or acne prone skin, physical sunscreens are the best. Also, how physical sunscreens work is that they create this layer when you apply it on your face, and they actively reflect those UVA and UVB rays, and they do not get absorbed into your skin. And when you use a physical sunscreen, you do not have to wait for 10 or 20 minutes for it to be active. It gets activated immediately after you apply it. But make sure that you apply the physical sunscreen really well. And nowadays physical sunscreens have really good formulas, because there's a lot of research and development which has gone into physical sunscreen, and you get some beautiful physical sunscreens formulas as well, which are tinted and they do not give that dreaded white cast. I personally prefer physical sunscreens because I have sensitive skin, and I do not want to wait for the sunscreen to get activated after I apply it. So I prefer physical sunscreens, but it's totally up to you. Do your research. Usually a SPF factor of 30 or 30 plus is recommended dermatologically, but any factor higher than that is always good. And I would say at the end of the day, any sunscreen is better than no sunscreen. Please use your sunscreen and your skin will thank you after 10 years, 20 years. So yes, please do not skip on the sunscreens. Okay, so that was the last step in our 3-step minimal but highly effective skincare routine. So if you're a beginner, this routine is perfect for you, or if you're a skincare pro but you just want to get back to basics and strip down your routine, this is a great starting point. And again, this was a beginner skincare edit. I'm going to do an intermediate and advanced level of skincare routines as well in this series, and all of them are going to work seamlessly with each other, so you can pick and choose and customize a routine for yourself. So please stay tuned for that. And also in one of upcoming videos, I'm going to show you my minimal skincare routine, so please stay tuned for that. And if you have watched the video so far, please like, subscribe and hit that bell icon. Do leave your thoughts and ideas in the comment section down below, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and stay safe. Bye bye.